Welcome back. This is week 2 of Bewear Battle Association Season 2. Our opponent is Haileybubs and the Riften Lipards. So when I saw my opponent's team, I saw Dragapult, Sneasler, and Greninja, and thought, wow, this is a fast team. And then I put all the Pokemon into this prep doc, and almost their entire team is above 100 base speed. They only have 2 Pokemon that are slower than that. So they're even faster than I initially thought. My opponent doesn't have great electric resistance. They've got Sandslash and Kilowattrel to be immune. So I thought this might be a good game to bring Pikachu. And then I saw that their entire team, except Sandslash pretty much, is faster than Pikachu. So unfortunately, we could not bring Pikachu this week. So let's look at what we did bring. First, we have Iron Treads. We have enough speed for Quark Drive to boost our speed. We've got a couple of speed boosting measures on this team to try to keep up with my opponent's team. But we are faster than Jirachi and Comfey, and we'll be faster than Dragapult if we get the speed boost from Quark Drive. We have Rapid Spin to make sure hazards are off. I don't think we were running any heavy-duty boots this week. So we want to make sure Greninja doesn't get any spikes to wear us down. We have Stealth Rock, because I don't think my opponent has great removal either. They've got Sandslash with Rapid Spin, and I think Comfey gets Defog. And that's about it. And then we've got Earthquake and Heavy Slam. We have Physically Defensive Chestnut again. Very similar set to last week. We've got Spikes, Body Press Knockoff, and Synthesis. We have a Rocky Helmet, in case Mousehold comes, so we can get a lot of chip if it uses Population Bomb. And we're bulletproof, so if Dragapult is running Shadow Ball, we'll be immune to that. Next is Scarf Tapu Koko. We are faster than Dragapult, and we've got enough speed to always outspeed a +1 Greninja. Greninja can run the ability Battle Bond, and if it knocks out an opposing Pokemon, it gets +1 attack, special attack, and speed. So I want something that can outspeed that. With Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Volt Switch, and U-Turn. I didn't really need a 4th move, so we have Volt Switch and U-Turn. U-Turn lets us switch on Kilowattrel and Sandslash. I think my opponent only has 1 or 2 Fairy Resists, so Dazzling Gleam is really good here. Yeah, I think only Jirachi resists Fairy. Our next Pokemon is Dugong. This is to help with Greninja mainly. We're max special defense. I went with Dugong over Seismitoad to deal with Greninja, because it takes a Grass Knot better. Then I remembered Low Kick and Dugon doesn't take low kick that great. But this is what we have. We've got Alluring Voice to be super effective against Greninja if it's not Protean. We've got Flip Turn, we can take an attack and switch out. Maybe go to Tapu Koko and outspeed Greninja. We've got Encore and Ice Shard. Ice Shard can do damage to Dragapult, especially, but anything that's boosted its speed, like Unburdened Sneasler, we will be able to get a little chip on. We have Iron Moth. We're going to come back to Iron Moth. We have Seismitoad. We've got Water Absorb. So we can try to check Greninja in a pinch. One thing I was very worried about from my opponent was Sneasler. Sneasler could run Electric Seed. Use it in the electric terrain I'm setting up. Get a +1 defense boost, double their speed from Unburden, and then use Swords Dance. And then it's very difficult for me to deal with them if they're Close Combat, Dire Claw, Acrobatics. With Acrobatics, they'll be able to knock out Chestnut in one hit, and I think Close Combat plus Dire Claw hits everything else, at least neutrally, and at +2, almost nothing on my team can survive a hit. And I don't have anything that can outspeed a +2 speed Sneasler. Even my Unburdened Pokemon Hawlucha is a little slower than Sneasler. So my initial best answer to this was Seismitoad. Even at max defense, though, I believe he can die to +2 Adamant Close Combat. It is a range, I think it's like 95 to 105 or something. So there's a chance he lives. So we have Red Card, which is an item. If this Pokemon gets hit by an attack and survives, it forces your opponent's Pokemon out to a random Pokemon. So if we switch in on like a Dire Claw, we'll be able to take maybe half health at +2, and then switch out Sneasler. It'll lose the defense boost, lose the Unburden boost, which is really important. And then we'll be able to deal with it next time it comes in. We're running Endure, so we can always survive a hit. Even a +2 Close Combat will always survive at 1 health, and the Red Card will activate. We've got Knockoff, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. And then last is Iron Moth. I had Mega Gallade for a little bit, with Agility, but I wasn't really feeling it. And then I thought about Iron Moth a little more, once I realized Seismitoad has a chance to die to +2 Close Combat. And I realized we can make Iron Moth work into Sneasler. Usually poison types are pretty good into Sneasler because it resists fighting and is neutral to the poison attacks. It's 2 stabs. And Iron Moth isn't usually defensive, but with max defense, max hit points, it always survives a hit. That might be wrong. It might die to Acrobatics. I can't remember right now. But the point is, we are able to take most hits, and we're running Psychic. So we can always knock out Sneasler in return. We've got Fire Blast and Dazzling Gleam. Fire Blast is mostly for Jirachi, and then Dazzling Gleam hits everything else. And we're running Agility. We're not running any speed, but at +2 we do outspeed everything that isn't boosted. And here's our team. Here's our game. I did check Iron Moth versus Sneasler. It just doesn't survive acrobatics. So I don't know what I was thinking of. But after seeing that, that's why I'm running Endure Red card on Seismitoad. But anyway, my opponent didn't bring Mega Absol, they didn't bring Greninja, Mousehold, or Bidoof. They do have Sandslash. I don't know why his sprite from the front isn't showing, but there he is. I'm glad not to see Greninja, because he's very scary. But they do bring Greninja and Dragapult, which are also terrifying. Alright, so let's start. We start with Tapu Koko. Sandslash still is not showing up. We bring in Chestnut. We're able to get a Hazard down and go into Iron Treads. We resist Draining Kiss, and we see their Life Orb. They switch to Dragapult, so we can't Rapid Spin, and we are able to get up Stealth Rock. We're able to do half with Heavy Slam. They do a lot with Shadow Ball. I believe they're Specs, Choice Specs, so they are locked into Shadow Ball. And the terrain disappears, runs out, so we're not faster than Dragapult anymore. Go to Chestnut, knowing they're locked into Shadow Ball. We take a little bit of damage from Jirachi, and we knock off their Choice Scarf. Go back to Tapu Koko, take a lot from Sun Headbutt, but the terrain's back up. We go back to Chestnut. They haven't used Rapid Spin with Sandslash, so I guess they don't have it, maybe? We are able to heal, and we go to Dugon, expecting Draco Meteor. I didn't go to Koko because I was expecting Draco Meteor, but if they did go Shadow Ball and knocked out Tapu Koko, that wouldn't be very good. And Dugon's really only here for Greninja, so we are able to sacrifice it here to Draco Meteor. I don't think the crit mattered after Stealth Rocks. But we do go to Koko, since they're locked into a Dragon move. Yeah, we go for Dazzling Gleam. We're able to knock out Sandslash in 2 hits. In comes Sneasler. They're not Electric Seed, which is very good for me. We go to Seismitoad. In case it goes for a Swords Dance, I want to be able to have the red card ready with Endure. But they just attack with Dire Claw, so they do switch out. Jirachi's dragged in. I believe we get a knockoff here. Yeah, we knock off the Life Orb. Iron Moth comes in. We resist Giga Drain and Draining Kiss. So Comfey can't really hurt us. And we're able to go for Agility here as Dragapult is sacked. We are faster than Sneasler now, and we're able to knock it out with Psychic. We didn't see an item on Sneezer, so I don't know what it was. Maybe Choice Scarf? I don't know if it would have outsped us if it was Choice Scarf. But it didn't get unburdened, so it wasn't too big of an issue. We do miss Fire Blast here into Kilowattrel. We miss a second one, unfortunately. And we finally get a Fire Blast to connect. We go for Dazzling Gleam, we take out Kilowattrel. Comfey is Triage, I believe it's its ability, where it gets something crazy, I think +3 priority on its draining moves, like Draining Kiss. So it does outspeed us and take us out. We're able to go to Iron Treads. Barely survive Giga Drain, and we're able to take it out with a Heavy Slam. And Jirachi is dead to Hazards. Giga Drain did more than I thought it would to Iron Treads. I'm not the best at doing damage calcs sometimes, because I forget things. And with the level 50, I'm just having a harder time than normal. But if I was doing it right, I think that was a roll to kill. Well, I know I'm doing it wrong because I don't think it could do that little damage the way I was calcing it. But maybe they weren't max special attack. But if they did knock out Iron Treads, they might have won, because they'd Giga Drain for Seismitoad, and Draining Kiss for Chestnut, and Chestnut can't really hurt it back, even if it survives a Draining Kiss. So we might have gotten a lucky roll there for Iron Treads to survive that hit. But we did, so we are able to win our second game of the season. We'll be back next week for Game 3. Thanks for watching.